Star Sport bring you all the latest Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester United transfer news. Transfer news, gossip, deals and rumours as the break throughout the day. 3:30 am, Ivan Perisic is poised to quit Inter Milan for Manchester United. That's according to the Independent's Miguel Delaney, who's claimed the switch is imminent on Twitter. Star Sport understands talks have been ongoing between United and Inter over a deal since the end of last season, and Delaney wrote, "Perisic now very close. Will be good signing. Crosses the ball almost 5 times more than United's current wingers, needed with Romelu Lukaku." 2:25 am, Paris Saint-Germain will fight Chelsea and AC Milan for Torino star Andrea Belotti. At least that's what Transfer Market Web have claimed amid speculation. Antonio Conte wants the hitman to replace Diego Costa at Stamford Bridge. Belotti, 23, rose to fame during the 2016-17 campaign, smashing in 26 goals and providing 7 assists in 35 Serie A appearances. And that form saw Urban Cairo reward him with a bumper new contract, which included an £87.5 million, €100 million, release clause for foreign clubs. Transfer Market Web reckons G are now going to test the Torino chiefs' resolve to keep Belotti, with a £61.3 million bid on the cards. 1:25 am. Leicester's valuation of Riyad Mahrez has reportedly dampened Liverpool's interest in signing the Algeria international. Mahrez, 26, struggled to replicate his form from the Foxes' title-winning campaign last term and wants to move this summer. However, the Daily Mail claim King Power Stadium chiefs will not let him go on the cheap, with a price tag of more than £40 million round his neck. That figure was quoted to Liverpool, who are on the lookout for new recruits ahead of their expected return to Champions League action. Leicester's Premier League rivals Arsenal, Chelsea and Everton are thought to be keen on Mahrez too. That's according to Brazilian outlet Globo Sport, who claim the Blues have now stepped up transfer talks with Real Madrid. Danilo is on Antonio Conte's wish list after negotiations over a deal for Juventus star Alex Sandro failed to progress, and he looks like he could be Chelsea's next signing following time at Bakayoko, Antonio Rudiger and Willy Caballero's arrivals in West London. A fee must now be agreed with Real Madrid, and the Spanish giants are likely to want to recoup most of the £27.6 million. €31.5 million, they paid for him in 2015. 11:30 p.m, Zlatan Ibrahimovic reportedly wants to play for Manchester United again. The Sweden international is currently out of action, having suffered a serious knee injury in the Europa League in April. But he's planning to be back before Christmas and has an offer on the table to resume his career with LA Galaxy. However, the Sun claim Ibrahimovic is going to snub the £6 a year contract they've proposed. And they reckon it's because he's holding out hope of being handed a new United deal when his comeback is complete. 10:30 p.m. Bayern Munich have ended their interest in Arsenal star Alexis Sanchez. That's according to the Bundesliga giants chairman Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, as the Chilean continues to be linked with a move away from the Emirates. Rummenigge said, "I do not know what he said, we are no longer involved." He revealed the decision to drop Bayern's interest came after a conversation with Carlo Ancelotti. Rummenigge continued, "We've agreed with the coach that there will be no more additions in attack. That makes no sense. Conte wants a new striker in West London after telling Diego Costa he no longer has a future at the club." The Chelsea boss thought he was going to secure the signing of Romelu Lukaku, but the Everton talisman snubbed his old side in favour of Manchester United. And Sky Sports say Conte has a 4-man striker shortlist after Lukaku's rejection. They claim Borussia Dortmund goal machine Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alvaro Morata of Real Madrid, Torino's Andrea Belotti and another current Premier League striker are on his wish list. 8:40 p.m. Arsenal should agree a swap deal with Manchester City involving Alexis Sanchez and Sergio Aguero, Paul Merson says. Sanchez, 28, has revealed his desire to leave Arsenal this summer, with the Chile international desperate to play Champions League football next season. City are interested in the former Barcelona star, with Pep Guardiola eyeing a reunion with Sanchez, and Merson says Arsenal should ring City and agree to the huge move. "I don't think Arsenal can replace Sanchez, can they?" Merson told Goal. "He gets 30 of their goals, but you've got to move on. If someone doesn't want to be at the club, Arsenal are a big club and you don't want players who don't want to be there. He's a good player. If I were Arsenal, I'd be ringing up Man City and saying give us Aguero and you can have Sanchez. If Alexis wants to go to Man City, then I'd say I want Aguero. He's better than Sanchez." 7:30 p.m. Alvaro Morata is reportedly a top contender to replace Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal. Sanchez looks to be heading out of the club after declaring he wants Champions League football, and according to Spanish outlet Don Balón, Morata is being looked as a potential recruit to fill the void. 6:35 p.m. Marco van Ginkel to PSV Eindhoven is a done deal. A return to the Dutch club has been mooted for the Chelsea man after he spent the second half of the last two campaigns there, and PSV have now confirmed he's signed a season-long deal with the club. 5:55 p.m. Joe Hart is to have a medical at West Ham tomorrow ahead of a switch to the London Stadium. The Manchester City man is heading south on a season-long loan. He's set to follow Nolito out of the Etihad exit. The Spaniard has signed a 3-year deal with Sevilla. 5:30 p.m. Timur Bakayoko is the perfect partner for N'Golo Kante, according to Shaka Hislop. And Hislop thinks he'll be a big hit in West London. Bakayoko certainly came to the fore at Monaco. "You see his talents," he told ESPN FC. "I think he would be the perfect counter to N'Golo Kante." 4:55 p.m. Thomas Lemar looks to be heading to Arsenal. Italian journalist Emanuele Giulianelli, writing for Tribal Football, claims a deal has already been sorted for the Monaco man. He says Arsenal will pay £48 million plus add-ons for Lemar, with an official announcement expected when the Gunners return from their pre-season tour. 4:30 p.m. Virgil van Dijk is considering handing a transfer request for force through a move to Liverpool. The Reds wanted the Southampton star earlier this summer, but a move fell through. And the Sun say he could now take things into his own hands. That's according to Spanish journalist Manu Sainz. The Argentina international has been linked with an Etihad exit after losing his place under Pep Guardiola last summer. Brazilian sensation Gabriel Jesus took the City Stars spot last season, sparking rumors the 29-year-old would quit the club. And Sainz, who works for AS, Cadena Ser and El Chiringuito TV, reckons Guardiola has given the green light for Aguero to join Chelsea this summer. He tweeted, "I'm told Chelsea want to sign Aguero." Pep Guardiola has already give his okay to the operation. Jose Mourinho wanted the Real Madrid man but ended up with Romelu Lukaku instead. Man United are still eyeing another striker, but it won't be Morata. "I don't think he can come to us," Mourinho said. 1:10 p.m. Timur Bakayoko has revealed what Antonio Conte told him in their first meeting. He spoke with the Blues boss and revealed, "We spoke a lot about tactics and training, and he took the time to talk to me about my game and explain I must be serious-minded and work hard." 12:40 p.m. Liverpool are keen on Aston Villa defender Jordan Amavi, but are only interested in a loan deal. Amavi's permanent move to Sevilla collapsed last week after a failed medical, and they tried to get him on a season-long temporary deal instead. Villa rebuffed the loan offer, but Liverpool could now make an attempt to get him, the People report. That's according to Spanish news outlet Don Balón, who reckon the Blues are vying for the Belgian forward. It's suggested they're also ready to double his current £32,000 per week contract as they look to coax him to Stamford Bridge. 11:40 a.m. Jose Mourinho admits he has no chance of signing Cristiano Ronaldo. "I'm not going to waste my time thinking about players who are mission impossible. The Man United boss said. "We have never thought about it because he is such an important player for his club, of great economic power." 6:30 a.m. Chelsea should sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang instead of Alvaro Morata, according to Marcel Desailly. The former Blues star says Antonio Conte should look to bring the Borussia Dortmund star to Stamford Bridge over Morata as he'd fit his system better. Morata, does he fit really? Does he hold the ball? Does he have the speed of projection he is asking for? He told BetSafe. "For me, Aubameyang will be the best player to adapt to the Conte system." 5 a.m. Manchester City could challenge Chelsea for the signing of Danilo. Antonio Conte is thought to want to bring the Real Madrid defender to Stamford Bridge next season. But the Times report he's also on the radar of Pep Guardiola at City as he looks to boost his defensive options. The left-back has emerged as one of the best defenders in the Premier League in recent seasons. And now the Mirror claims Jose Mourinho's side were interested in signing the full-back to bolster his backline, but Spurs have no intention to sell and are apparently set to agree a new long-term contract with Rouse. 1 a.m. Liverpool are set to make a £70 million bid for Naby Keita. The RB Leipzig midfielder has been a long-term target for Jurgen Klopp, despite the Bundesliga side being unwilling to sell. Now the Mirror claim the Reds are set to make a massive bid for the 22-year-old as they look to strengthen their squad ahead of a Champions League campaign. 11:30 p.m. Theo Walcott has emerged as a transfer target for Everton. The Mirror say the Toffees are considering signing the gunner for £30 million. And their report claims Ronald Koeman's side could also move for Crystal Palace striker Christian Benteke. 8:45 p.m. Liverpool will up their offer for Naby Keita, Sky Sports report. They claim the Reds will slap down more cash for the RB Leipzig man after seeing a £57 million bid rejected by the German club. 8:10 p.m. Alexis Sanchez wants out of Arsenal to play in the Champions League. Sanchez told Radio Sport Chile, "I want to play in the Champions League. I've made my decision, now I wait for Arsenal's reply." 7 p.m. Chelsea are unlikely to sell Nemanja Matic to Manchester United this summer. "I think it is much more likely that Matic will go somewhere like Juventus or Inter Milan, although United really do want him," he said. 5:45 p.m. Man United will need to pay £45 million to get Ivan Perisic. That's according to Sky Sports News HQ. They say that's the price Inter Milan will sell at. United are desperate to get the winger on board before Inter head to the Far East on a pre-season tour on Tuesday. 4:45 p.m. Chelsea have completed the signing of Timur Bakayoko for £40 million. "I am very happy to be here and to join this great team," the midfielder said. "I have grown up watching Chelsea. Signing was the natural thing for me because it is a club I loved very much in my childhood." 4:15 p.m. Chelsea failed to move for Leonardo Bonucci because of the outstanding form of David Luiz. Bonucci wrapped up a shock move to AC Milan yesterday, leaving Serie A champions Juventus for £35 million. The Italian centre defender was linked with a transfer to Chelsea last summer, but Antonio Conte was unable to do a deal. Luis ended up making a late switch close to deadline day last summer in a £30 million deal from Paris Saint-Germain. And as Bonucci gradually fell out with Juventus, it becomes increasingly apparent he would leave the old lady this summer. Chelsea were expected to move for the 30-year-old. But the Daily Mail say the offer never came because of the stellar performances of Luis in the Blues' title stroll last term. Say Monaco Vice President Vadim Vasiliev raised his asking price at the last minute. 12:15 p.m. United want to sign Ivan Perisic by Tuesday. The Inter Milan winger has emerged as a top target for the Red Devils as Jose Mourinho plans for a joint assault on the Premier League and Champions League. Inter are demanding somewhere in the region of £50 million for the Croatian and have snubbed a number of approaches from United. But Mourinho will not give up easily and is determined to do a deal. The Serie A side do appear interested in cashing in and are also considering using Anthony Martial on loan as a makeweight in any transfer. And the Telegraph say United are hopeful of a deal before Inter head to China on their pre-season tour. Perisic wants the move and is pushing for his club to let him leave. 11:30 AM, Liverpool are in advanced talks to sign Hull's Andy Robertson. The Scottish defender looks poised to come in and replace Alberto Moreno, who has disappointed at Anfield recently. Jurgen Klopp is preparing to spend £8 million on the 23-year-old left-back. And should a deal be struck, Robertson would become Klopp's third signing of the summer after Dominic Solanke joined from Chelsea and Mohamed Salah moved to Anfield from Roma. Robertson, 23, has earned 14 caps for Scotland after becoming a key player in the backline of Hull. And according to Spanish outlet Diario Gol, Danilo hopes to be the Blues' next signing. They say the Brazil ace sees Chelsea's offer as a unique opportunity. 9:45 AM, Jose Mourinho wants to bring Rafael Varane to Manchester United in exchange for David De Gea, according to reports in Spain. De Gea is being targeted by Real Madrid this summer, despite the Spain number one having several years left to run on his contract at Old Trafford. And while United are reluctant to sell one of their best players, it's been suggested Mourinho has a price on De Gea's head. Don Balon say the United boss would consider selling De Gea to Real Madrid if he could sign centre-back Rafael Varane in return. The France star is an emerging star for Los Blancos and is set for a bigger role in the coming season after longtime defender Pepe left the club for Besiktas earlier in the summer. Don Balon's report notes Florentino Perez won't be keen to let Varane leave, especially now that centre-back target Leonardo Bonucci has left Juventus and signed for AC Milan. 9 AM, Arsene Wenger has admitted he's been texting Alexis Sanchez in the hope of agreeing a contract extension. The Chile ace has yet to put pen to paper on a new deal at the Emirates as he enters the final 12 months of his current contract. But French boss Wenger said, of course, when asked if Sanchez will remain an Arsenal player. There is not a lot to resolve with the player. I have spoken through text and it was very positive. My thoughts are always positive.